Bubble Bass has been a pretty popular SpongeBob background character ever since the beginning of the show. His most memorable role is probably Season 1's Pickles, but he's still shown up constantly with a sudden consistent return in the post-sequel era. The new episodes have been giving Bubble Bass speaking lines, so that's pretty cool. But today I'm going to be talking about something rare. It was a full episode where the plot surrounded Bubble Bass entirely. You don't normally see storylines all about background characters, and not too many people are aware of this, so let's talk about it. The episode is called Moving Bubble Bass, and the plot is that SpongeBob and Patrick help Bubble Bass move out of his mother's basement. It isn't anything too crazy, but when you have the focus on a background character, it makes a lot of sense to keep things simple. Anyway, the episode has an interesting beginning where we see Bubble Bass hosting his very own talk show, seemingly taking on the position of a celebrity. It's revealed that this was just a hallucination, and he's actually in his very own basement. Then after this, whoa guys, we get some serious Bubble Bass lore as his mom talks, and there's some of his home life here that we never got to see before. His mom wants him to move out of the house because he isn't really doing anything, and then our two heroes SpongeBob and Patrick join the party to help him move. Although they really only help because Bubble Bass promises them a free lunch and manipulates them, which is very much like his character because he always does some really stupid stuff like that. Then the rest of the episode plays out probably how you imagine. SpongeBob and Patrick constantly struggle to move Bubble Bass's stuff, and they just won't stop being manipulated to do someone else's work for them. Like with most other post-sequel episodes, the expressions here were really over the top, but they feel even weirder for this particular story. That isn't necessarily a bad thing though, because weirdness can still be funny. And while we're talking about expressions, there's no way I can ignore this moment.
If my friend SpongeBob doesn't get his free lunch, things are gonna get crazy.
It just came so far out of nowhere with Patrick's face like this, and it honestly feels like a gag from the golden era of the show. There were a few nice jokes throughout Moving Bubble Bass, but if I had to rate the episode as a whole, probably wouldn't place it too high. It's mostly forgettable because you can predict exactly what's going to happen next, especially from watching the first few minutes. You know that SpongeBob and Patrick will do whatever Bubble Bass asks of them, and then they never really question it. They'll have trouble moving, then they won't get a free lunch, then Bubble Bass will be mean. It's just not a surprise how everything plays out. That being said, I still have to give the SpongeBob crew props. They went for something different and made an entire episode about this character who basically always stays in the background. It was a nice attempt, but personally not an episode I'll feel like rewatching anytime soon. If you have never seen this and you really want to know how Bubble Bass acts in the spotlight of a main character, even for only one episode, then definitely check this episode out. It's short so you can get through it fast. Although it is forgettable and not too amazing, there are enough decent parts in it where you won't feel bored while watching. Focusing on a background SpongeBob character worked much better in My Leg, which was all about Fred. Maybe in the future they could try to do more of these types of episodes because there's still a lot of potential with the other citizens of Bikini Bottom. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.